Welcome to All About Arsenal. In today's video, we're going to discuss about a couple of things going on in the transfer window. We'll talk about Thomas Partey's contract situation. We'll talk about the incomings on the Arsenal front. And we'll talk about some drama going on in the Gyokeres camp. So starting with some sad news, Thomas Partey is gone. After 5 seasons playing with the club, giving us his all, spending some quality time in the injury room as well. It seems like Thomas Partey has finally decided that he's not going to renew his contract with the club. This was kind of deflating. At the same time, it was like a relief. Partey is a player that has grown to become very influential in the team, and in the last 2 seasons, he has kind of kept his fitness in check. In the early parts of his career with Arsenal, he had so many injuries and he struggled a bit with that. And we had to use folks like Mohamed Elneny. Even when we went for the AFCON one time, we had to go with Sambi Lokonga. But up until when we got Declan Rice, Partey was like the all in Arsenal's midfield. Served us for 5 full seasons, basically played the entire 5 years of his contract. And 30th of June 2025, Partey will no longer be an Arsenal player. I respect that. He would have gotten some calls, or his agent would have negotiated deals with teams in Saudi Arabia. There was a time that Barcelona was linked with him, Juventus has also been linked with him. I'm sure that at his age, he knows that he just needs to make one final move that will be a huge payday for him. And as it stands, it's not going to be at Arsenal. From the best of my knowledge, Partey was to basically receive the same offer that he was earning at Arsenal, although there was some talk that he might actually get a pay reduction. And I'm sure that he was not going to be a party to that. Partey not being a party to that. Yeah. Well, Partey is gone, and all you can say is thank you. He featured consistently for us over the last 5 seasons, and all good things come to an end, I guess. At this point in time, all we have to do is to be grateful for the service he gave to us, and I hope that we'll get to see him further down the line someday. You know how football is. I'm very certain that whatever team in Europe that Partey goes to, he will have an opportunity to play against Arsenal in the Champions League, or something of that sort. That's just what it is. But with Partey going, Arsenal moved swiftly. All the while we have been linked with Lucien Agume. According to Sky Sports and other news tabloids, Arsenal has agreed with Brentford to sign Christian Norgaard, the club's captain, to the team. So my thoughts on this are quite simple. With Partey leaving, Arsenal had to react, and there are only 2 options to take. One would have been to go for a youngster like Agume, who we spoke about in the last video. Please check it out. And another would have been to go for an experienced player. But when I was making the last video, I was not sure who the experienced player was going to be. In a million years, Norgaard didn't come to my mind. It just reminded me of how Fabio Vieira appeared in the club, or how Matt Ryan appeared in the club. Arsenal can just make some crazy moves sometimes and be like, what? Where did this come from? But like Norgaard, he's not a bad player. He's very decent. He's a good anchor man. He can protect the lead. And one thing I love about this move is that Norgaard is someone that will be content to be placed on the bench. He has played so many years at Brentford. Obviously, not going to Europe this season. Coming to a team like Arsenal that is challenging for titles. That's a good motivation for him, even at his age of 31. So this just gives the same vibe of a Jorginho move that we did a couple of seasons back. Norgaard will probably give us like maybe 2 or 3 seasons before he decides to go back to FC Copenhagen or something. So, Partey out, Norgaard in, straight swap. Speaking of more incomings, I guess the 5 million release clause for Kepa Arrizabalaga has finally been activated. And we got a here we go from Fabrizio Romano saying that Kepa is going to join Arsenal probably at the end of this week. And I'm very, very happy that we are getting Kepa because Arsenal has had so many very good goalkeepers and it's a bit tiring. So let's just go all the way back. David Seaman to Jens Lehmann, Jens Lehmann to Malalamunia, Malalamunia to Lukasz Fabianski, Lukasz Fabianski to Wojciech Szczesny, Wojciech Szczesny to David Ospina, David Ospina to Peter Cech, Peter Cech to Ben Leno. There was a Martinez sandwich in between them, but he just got a brief run in the FA Cup where Arsenal won in 2020. Then Leno to Aaron Ramsdale, Aaron Ramsdale to David Raya. Raya has come to stay, so it's all about the backup now. And that backup is Kepa Arrizabalaga. So I'm very happy with this deal. Kepa is a keeper that I can actually trust. Oh, Kepa is a keeper. I like how that sounds. Kepa is a keeper that we can actually trust to play in the Carabao Cup for us, in the FA Cup. And some dead rubber Champions League games. If Raya is not up to it, maybe not having like a knock or something, will not be fretting or getting scared. You can always bring him in. And Kepa has some good experience. He's still the world record holder for a goalkeeper fee. I think it was 71 million that Chelsea paid to Athletic Bilbao. And after that, he moved to Real Madrid on loan, played some valuable football there. But last season, he was in Bournemouth and he was very, very good at Bournemouth. He had 9 clean sheets at Bournemouth and a boatload of saves. So I'm happy that that situation is sorted out. There's so many places that Arsenal need to plug in this season. One key thing that we learned from last season is that we must have enough depth to do the job, and having Kepa is a good move. So finally, we'll just touch on what's going on with Viktor Gyokeres. It's just a challenge right now. This has been a very sad story. There was a gentleman's agreement between Gyokeres and the Sporting CP hierarchy that he would be able to leave for 70 million euros. That's 60 upfront and 10 with performance-based add-ons. But going into the end of the campaign and into this new campaign, and discussion surfaced from the Sporting CP president that he didn't agree on any such move with Gyokeres. He said it was verbal with Hugo Viana, but Hugo Viana has left the club and obviously no one can attest to what Hugo Viana did. There's some story or speculation of some leaked conversations about the agreement, but no one has heard about that. So it's quite unfortunate. Gyökeres didn't take this betrayal well. He has gone on strike, spoke about how he doesn't want to go into training, spoke about how he had been heartbroken by Sporting CP. And there's been some fan backlash around it. Today I listened to Charles Watts inside Arsenal. That's my mentor, by the way. I love Charles Watts. He kind of, got a couple of feedback and remarks from different fans regarding the Gyökeres situation. And it was not, fans were like, it's like a 50-50 thing. Some fans were like, why did Gyökeres do this? He's a professional. Others were like, of course he had to do this. It was not fair how he was treated. You have to find a balance to this thing. But here is my own take on it. I think Gyökeres is wrong to go on strike or to rebel against his club Sporting CP. Yes, an agreement has not been reached, but we are in June. We still have July, we still have August. The transfer window ends on the 1st of September. There's a whole lot of time for this deal to be done and sorted. So I would have expected Gyökeres to just take things easy, work with his agent to see how they can keep propelling him. So many teams in Europe are looking for a striker. And as far as I'm concerned, he is actually like the most sought after striker in the world. Liverpool needs a striker, Barcelona needs a striker, Arsenal needs a striker, Chelsea needs a striker. You cannot tell me that one of these guys will not come in and bid for him at some point. But what he has done now is to show the rest of the world that he has attitude problems. If you join us now tomorrow, as I said in my previous video, that if he joins us now tomorrow and Real Madrid wants to bid for him, will he start throwing tantrums for us too? So I like Gyökeres. I know like he's a very good player and all that, but I don't think that was the right approach to take. You shouldn't be rebelling against your employers, especially with the fact that you have 3 years left. Okay, what if you go into the season and no one buys you? Then you now have to now really face it with the fans. I know when you are up against the fans, then you have real troubles. So that's just where we are on this. We'll just keep following the situation. And obviously, the deals for Norgaard and Kepa will be officially announced very soon. Or at least we are very certain that agreements have been done. Of course, there's also the announcement of Zubimendi to come. So it's really exciting time with Arsenal. So that's all for today. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.